I'm the host, Tom. Today's topic is personal opinion highly overlooked in our everyday lives and matters more than we know, even to people who might not particularly care if people are kind to them or not. Hopefully we can all learn or be reminded how kindness can affect us all. Almost all of us have a general idea of what it is and how it works, but let's go with the definition. The quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. So people might say something like a caring person or understanding. Maybe you've heard someone referred to as tenderhearted. Something like this can have impacts on mental health, physical health, and your overall well-being. The first thing I want to talk about today is the effects kindness has on mental health. It can reduce depression, anxiety, and stress. It can also increase a person or people's overall happiness, confidence, and optimism. For example, if you've ever seen kids play with toys, hopefully you've seen little Johnny notice that little Annie has no blocks and everybody else does, and stops playing to go share blocks with her so she can be part of the fun. A pure example of kindness that warms everyone around it watching. I can't help but to consider how all of us could be better by following the example of acting on kindness from a child's perspective. We have to look at what happens to our mental health and state when you see something like this. It could lift you out of a depressive episode or downstate, or give an individual the oomph to go on. Studies and articles in SSM Health and Harvard have shown that witnessing any act of kindness has a chemical effect on our brains. Many people feel disconnected. Seeing or experiencing an act of kindness causes the brain to have a reaction releasing chemicals responsible for bonding and being part of the group. By releasing oxytocin, kindness helps us feel a sense of bonding. The second is the physical effects of how just being kind lowers blood pressure and triggers the release of endorphins, and these are the body's natural painkillers. If someone isn't feeling well, of course, excluding things that require medical attention. For example, a person who is performing regardless of field of work, you could be turning in a work assignment, or going to a class, or dealing with people you don't know. If you're under a deadline, or speaking at an event, a stranger says to you, "Take a breath, you got this," and hands you a cup of water. This simple act of kindness lowers your blood pressure, releasing endorphins, and making you just feel better, lowering feelings of stress and increasing feelings of happiness across the board. And most teams perform better in positive environments. A free act that can impact overall physical health. Let's try to think about how this could extend to others, and the fact that kindness is contagious helps us out. We can openly and consciously choose to be kind to ourselves and others, to do things for motivation, or to alleviate your team or family, self, or situation. We should all consider the why. What kindness could mean for our respective community, yourself, and the people around you. Think about how this topic would bring a positive health-conscious practice to your world. I think it's awesome. Something that takes seconds can cause ripple effects like this. Listeners out there, I encourage you to think about how kindness can help you and others have a better life. Now we come to what we all know. You've been in a place or situation where you've observed or interacted with a person who isn't being kind. This is the reality I mentioned before, when I said we all had an idea of what it is. So truly, we could set aside the positive effects for self. The why can be boiled down to the world being a better place for us all to be. I usually focus on the positive aspects of the why for each topic, but it doesn't seem to fit right here. I personally can only see this from the why wouldn't you want this in your life side of the why. I mean, the examples go on for days. Why wouldn't you want the clerk wherever you are to be nice to you, and vice versa, and so on and so forth. For this episode and this topic, we can apply this to every single aspect of daily interaction. Why not apply the same attitudes and behaviors to yourself? Think about the why from a simple topic like kindness through the eyes of your children, partner, etc. It makes the why take up a lot more space in your mind. Since we're all human and most people are good, I'd like to think we can all try to act on those feelings one time this week. Try to participate or actively observe an act of kindness. Comment and tell us about your experiences. My hope is for this to help us make this a better place for everyone. Imagine a place where you choose to be kind just by taking small steps to incorporate this into your life, enhancing your own personal well-being mentally and physically. How would that look on everyone and everywhere you go? A more empathetic and less stressed world sounds pretty good to me. Today's topic is an easy one. Mentally, I feel like we've always known that kindness makes us feel better. The quote I found for this topic shows the profound and universal power in a simple act of kindness. Kindness is the language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Mark Twain. This is the host, Tom, and until next time, let's get better.